So today we're talking about typical easy maintenance, and part of maintenance on windows and doors is caulk and ensuring that the outside is sealed properly and on the inside that you're sealed properly. So wind, air, water, all that's not going to come in. So the type of caulk you use on the exterior and the interior is important. The exterior, you're not going to want to use a water-based caulk. Do not use water-based caulk on the exterior. On the interior, you do want to use a water-based caulk. Now, the reasons for that are as follows. If you're using a water-based caulk and you're trying to keep water out, not really a great idea, right? So this company here, OSI, has quad caulk. That's what we use here at Monmouth Millwork. And the reason why we use that, one, it is not water-based. Two, it can be applied in extreme conditions. Three, it doesn't have to be a dry surface to apply it. Four, it's UV resistant. And it has a lot of stretch, a lot of give. They talk all about that on the bottle if you wanted to read the details. But regular OSI quad flexes 3 times the amount of a typical caulk. The max, quad max, this is what we use when we do installations, is 5 times the stretch. This can be applied in 140 degrees or 0 degrees and still be okay. These are things when you're deciding on an exterior caulk to use that matter and that are important. For an interior caulk, something like Loctite, like this one here, is a good choice. Why? Because it's a water-based caulk on the inside. That caulk should be applied on the interior in between the interior trim and the jamb or the frame of the window or door. And what that does is that keeps the air from getting into the house. It's going to seal it properly to ensure maximum energy performance and a clean finish on the inside. There's a couple ways to apply exterior caulk, but I'm going to show you the most common recommended way, specifically with what would be done with OSI by Quad. Some of the tools that you would want to use would be a caulk gun, a utility knife. You'd want to have some rags on hand just in case. And you're going to want to make sure you have some sort of acetone or something like that in play just in case you make a mess that you don't get it all over for the exterior. Now, OSI Quad, the tube comes right like this here, right on the tip. And you're going to see noted, you can't see it on the camera here, but it is noted on the tube at the tip here, degree of opening, and it's going to show you the angle that you want to cut it on. You never want to cut a caulk tube straight. You always want to cut it on an angle and follow the angle they provide. So this one, for example, you have 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch thick bead of caulk that's on there. And you would just simply cut that and then use a nail or something that you could get down to the tube to perforate the seal. If you're using something like Max, right? OSI Max, it's a little bit different. You'll see, well, there's just this little tube here and all I have to do is just go through there. That's incorrect. You'll see they recommend a 3/8 bead that's all the way back here, and you can see it's noted on there. Now, this one's a little bit different. This is gonna unscrew, and you're gonna use a razor knife to just snip that off, screw it back on, cut it to the appropriate angle and thickness. Again, Quad Max is recommending a 3/8 bead. That seems kind of heavy, and it is because it's going to work with the elements. So I have the caulk gun loaded, right? Everything, if you were to imagine, is cut, it's perforated, it's ready to go, it's ready to apply. You're gonna wanna go on an angle and use that angle and just follow along and just go down at that 3/8 bead as recommended by Quad Max. Doing that 3/8 bead, you do not want to use your pinky or your thumb or whatever you have to push down that caulk. You want that bead to stay exactly as is because that's according to their instructions. That's going to ensure that you don't have water and air infiltration. That's going to ensure that that caulk bead lasts over time and gives you that 5 times contraction and expansion that's available through OSI Quad Max. That is a great way to ensure that your products are sealed. Now, how long should you wait to inspect or look at the caulk around your windows and doors? You should probably look maybe every 2 years, 2.5 years or so, just to make sure everything's in shape. If you have caulk on there, before you apply that caulk, you should get that off of there. Get the old stuff off of there, rip off any debris, clean it up, have it in good shape so when you apply that bead, you have a nice clean line going across. So that's sealing the exterior. For the interior, you're just gonna simply want some wet paper towels. You're gonna wanna follow the same process, but I would go a bit smaller on that. You can see here on the edge, we have 1/8 inch, we have 3/16, 1/4 inch, and 5/8 on this. I would go as small as possible when I'm doing interior trim, and I would do a second pass. Now on interior trim, typically someone would run, wrap a wet paper towel around your finger and just ride down there so it's nice, clean, sleek, and done. So interior caulk, exterior caulk. We've kind of gone over the fundamentals of that. I hope this helps. Please let us know if we can assist. MonmouthMillwork.com.